Hi everybody, if you were watching just a second ago, I had to stop the video because of course, as always happens, there was a phone call from my son's school and I always have to take the phone calls from school. So I just stopped and deleted the other video and I'm going to try again. So here we go. Hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Today we're going to start talking about, it's part one of a three-part series. We're going to start talking about how to make a SMART goal and how to stick with it. I figured that since the holidays are coming up and after Christmas and everything is New Year's, and a lot of people make New Year's resolutions. So I figure everybody's going to start thinking about your New Year's resolutions. So that's why I wanted to teach you now about how to make a SMART goal and stick with it. That way, once New Year's comes, you know how to make, what kind of resolution to make, what kind of goal you want to set, and you will be all set and ready for it. So for the next 3 weeks, that's what I will be talking to you about. And to let you know that I found out a lot of this information that I'll be telling you about from a Weight Watchers magazine, which I got for free from freebizmag.com. You can get all kinds of magazines there for free. It's great. I haven't had to buy a magazine subscription in a long time. You can get the subscription, you get it for an entire year. So that's really a great deal. So you might want to check that out. So today we're going to talk about what is a SMART goal and how to set one. And by the way, I have a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound funny, but I will do my best. All right, so what is a SMART goal? And don't forget, I have to look over here at my computer since I have two screens. Sorry about that. So a SMART goal stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And I will explain what that is. The person that wrote the article in Weight Watchers set her SMART goal, and and why you do it. Let me talk about why you have one first. It's a good thing to have this SMART goal because you don't want to just jump head first into a goal without thinking about it, because then more than likely you're not going to actually accomplish that goal if you just set a goal and that's it without thinking about it and breaking it down. And I want you to actually achieve your goals because you'll feel much better about it when you do. Okay, so that's why we're doing this. So the person in the article, her goal, and then I'll break it down and show you how it fits the SMART goal. So her goal was that she's going to train for a 5K in 6 months. And she was going to run 3 miles in the park 4 times a week, and she lists out the days and the time. So the SMART part, the specific part of her goal is that she's training for a 5K in 6 months. So she has a specific goal in mind. The measurable part of the goal is that she's going to be running 3 miles. So she has a measurable amount she's going to be running and at specific times and at a park. It's achievable because 3 miles is something she can actually do. Obviously, she wouldn't set a goal for 3 miles every day starting right off the bat if it was something she couldn't do. She would start smaller. But she set 3 miles as a goal because she knows it's something she can do. It's realistic because she has the days and times available for her run. You're not going to schedule something if you know you'll actually never be able to, if it's not realistic. If you schedule something at 3 o'clock and you also have to pick your kids up at 3 o'clock from school, that doesn't make sense. It needs to be realistic. And then it's time bound because the race that she's training for is in 6 months. You don't want to just say, oh, I'll run 3 miles a day because I'm whatever. If you have a specific goal and it's time bound, like say I want to run this much 3 miles a day for 6 months and then I'll increase it. If you have specific time bound, then you're more likely to reach your goal. So how do you set a SMART goal? So the first thing is you want to look at what you want to achieve. Maybe it's lose 4 pounds a month for 3 months. Or maybe you want to walk 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week by 3 months. Maybe you want to start eating heart healthy like my family had to do. And then your goal can be to totally be on a heart healthy diet in 6 months. Whatever it is, name your specific goal and write it down. Don't just think it in your head because you might forget it. So make sure you write it down. So that's how, name it very specifically, your specific goal, write it down. The second part is the measurable. You want to have a goal to accomplish every week that will help you succeed at your final goal. Because if you have something to do every week, it'll be much easier. If you break it down into smaller chunks rather than a month at a time, if you break it down into smaller chunks like a week, it's going to be much easier to achieve. So, like if your goal was to lose 4 pounds a month, that would be a pound a week. So if you break it down and make it more measurable, it's easier to achieve. Maybe you look at the big 4 and you think, oh, how am I going to lose 4 pounds? But if you break it down to a pound every week, that will make it easier to achieve. Or if it was to walk 30 minutes in a day in 3 months, break it down by month. So by the end of the first month, maybe you could walk 10 minutes every day. And then 20 minutes by the second month. And then you'll make it to the 30 minutes by the third month. See, it makes it much more easier when you break it down and make it measurable. Also, my example about eating heart healthy. So if you break it down month by month, then you can pick a habit to change. So maybe your first month will be just the research part, because of course you need to learn how to live heart healthy. So you need to research it first. By the way, I have a lot of information for you if that's one of your goals. And then the second month, maybe we'll be starting to modify your existing recipes without making big changes. Just start modifying your existing recipes. And maybe your third month will be eating less sweets, etc. So make it measurable. Also make it achievable. The A is for achievable. It needs to be something that you think you can actually do. Don't make it unrealistic. I said, like, don't say that you can lose 60 pounds in 3 months, because that's not going to happen. And it's also not healthy for you. Or don't say, oh, I'm going to run a marathon and the marathon is in 3 months. You will never train that fast, let me tell you, because my husband runs marathons and he trains for like a year before he ran his first one. You need to make your goal actually something you can achieve. Same thing, don't say, oh, I need to start eating heart healthy. I'm going to stop right now and tomorrow, totally done, going to start eating heart healthy. That it's not going to happen. So you need to start doing it, make it achievable, something that you can actually achieve. And you need to make it realistic. You need to look at your schedule and see if you actually have the time for your goal. You don't want to set a goal and you're not going to have any time to actually accomplish it, because that will be frustrating. So, but if you look at it and you think, oh, I have no time for nothing, that's not good. Maybe you need to make some little small minor adjustments in your schedule, and that's okay. And then maybe you can need to even give yourself more time to accomplish it. So instead of the 30 minutes a day walking in 3 months, maybe you can only do that in 6 months. Whatever it is, it's okay. If you need to break it down, and as long as you make it, if you make it realistic, then you're more than likely going to achieve your goal. If you don't think about that, it's going to be really hard to accomplish. And then the last thing is T for time bound. This is so important because, like I mentioned earlier, if you don't put a time in your goal, you won't have any reason to stick to it. Because you can just think, oh, I'll get to that later. Because you don't have to do it. You didn't put a set time on it. You can think, I can do it whenever. It's okay. I can start tomorrow. But then tomorrow never comes. So you want to make it time bound. And let's see, what else did I say? Oh, so, and if you make it time bound, you can say, if you're thinking, I'm not going to do my walk or whatever, instead, you're going to think, oh, I better go on my walk today so that I can make my goal by next month. So that's really important. So the things are SMART for, make your goal specific. Make a very specific goal and write it down. Measurable. Make sure you have like a goal, something you can accomplish every week. Make it achievable. Make it something that you know that you can actually do so that you don't get frustrated. Same thing, the achievable and realistic kind of go together. You make it something achievable that you know you can accomplish, and then make it realistic, set within whatever time frame that you have. And make it time bound. Set a time that you need to achieve the goal by. Don't just leave it open-ended. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment, and I will be checking on all of those later. And next week, we will start on part 2. So I hope you have a great week, and any comments, let me know. And if you need any help with anything, let me know. All right, thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week. See you next week. Bye.